So when Google released the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro, we found out that there were a lot of problems that these devices actually had. And a lot of people were suggesting whatever they thought Google should have made before they released these devices right here. So in this video, we are going to be sharing the wish list of Google Pixel 7 and 7 Pro. And we know Google will be listening to us and also watch this video. So in case maybe you also want your wish list to be part of the next Google Pixel series that is coming, you leave a comment below whatever you think Google should do. And without further ado, let's just dive into the video. So the first on the list we want to talk about is the fingerprint scanner right here. So Google actually introduced to us an optical fingerprint scanner right here, which is not really responsive like we thought it was going to be. Even though Google has actually tried to make a lot of updates to try sort this out, but still not working like how it's supposed to be. So it's not really working like the ultrasonic fingerprint scanners like the S21 and other phones do have, but Google actually had this optical one right here, which is not really very cool. And I'm suggesting that maybe Google should have just stayed with a rear mounted fingerprint scanner, or should have just added face unlock to this phone right here, because these are very great phones and it would have been very helpful if in case maybe Google had added the face ID or the rear mounted fingerprint instead of the optical fingerprints right here. So with this, I think Google should just present to us an ultrasonic fingerprint for the Google Pixel 7 and then 7 Pro, or maybe they're going to stick to the rear mounted fingerprint and then also top it up with face unlock. So in case maybe you have any ideas or you think of any different thing or a suggestion you think Google should actually listen, you can put it up there in the comment section. They might be watching and then they'll pay attention to whatever you say. And let's check out the next feature. So the next thing I'm also wishing Google should really look up or change is the fast charging. So Google actually stated that this phone is a fast charging device with a 30-watt charger, but on a real, Google is actually serving us with a 23-watt charging, and then also it ranges between 13 to 23, and that is not really cool. And it can take you about 2 hours for this device right here to charge pretty very fast, whereas the OnePlus 9 Pro can take about 15 minutes to charge about 70% of the device, and this one is very slow when compared to that device out there. So I'm sure maybe Google should just try improve and maybe give us a 45-watt charger, actually even as a very great charging experience on the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro. And I think that is going to be a real game changer and make their competitors actually know there is something really coming to them. So I think that is one thing Google should just look at. And this device right here, maybe if newer updates can actually optimize the phone for us to just get a little bit of fast charging, I think it's going to be very well. But like I said, we want to see a phone that can charge very fast, and that is basically very rare. I think Google should actually add to this device too is about the build or the body. So you can see right here that the phone is glass, the whole phone is glass, and with the back right here, in case maybe it falls on a ground or it doesn't really fall in a good place, you're actually going to get a problem. The back is actually going to shatter. And when you check out the phone like this, you can see that you can see your fingerprints on the device too, which I don't think it's really cool. They should have just find a design like how the Pixel 5 was. I mean, the body was very cool, and then there were no fingerprints on it when you just touch the device or something. Like I said, it's very slippery, so you need to handle this phone with care. So we don't want a slippery phone when Google is actually going to release the next 2 flagships probably later this year. So that is what we want Google to do for us, and we are hoping they're going to listen to us. Another feature Google should add to the Pixel 7 and then 7 Pro is the macro lens, which is not available on this device right here. So with the macro lens, we can just zoom in like this and then just take a picture of something that is very minute that cannot be even seen with the eye. So with this device right here, we are not getting the chance to just use the macro lens, or we don't have macro lenses on this device right here, which is pretty much not cool. And also another thing, I'm hoping Google is actually going to make it possible or make it come live on the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro is when you're trying to shoot a video and then maybe you max it up with the full specs or full resolution of the device, it's gonna shoot for a longer time. When I'm actually on 4K 60 frames per second on this device, I can shoot just for about 10 minutes, and then when the phone heats up, it's just gonna stop shooting. And I'm hoping Google is actually going to make this longer. Maybe they're gonna give us about 30 minutes before the phone is going to just stop shooting or something. And I think that is really gonna make the phone a very great phone. And also we want to just get a resolution that is more than 4K right here. When you're shooting on a rear camera, we need something like 8K 24 frames, something that is really better than 4K 60 frames. So 8K, I think, on the 7 and the 7 Pro is going to be very great for us, and we are also going to really like it or enjoy our videos where we are shooting. And also one thing I want to see Google Pixel 7 and 7 Pro having is the rear camera having speech enhancement, which is pretty much very cool. So speech enhancement is one of the useful features that is on the Google Pixel 6 and then 6 Pro that allows you to have the front facing camera cutting off all the noises that is coming through when you're actually shooting a video. So with the rear camera having speech enhancement can allow you to shoot videos at any time without even worrying about whatever noise that is around you at a given time. So that is one of the features I really want to see on the Pixel 7 and the 7 Pro. With a rear mounted camera having speech enhancement, I think it's going to be a great game changer, because I've not yet seen any smartphone out there having this speech enhancement with a rear camera. But someone told me in one of my comment section that Xiaomi do have a vlog section on their smartphones, and in case maybe you know any smartphone too that has something that works like the speech enhancement, you can state below. So that is one thing I really want to see on the Google Pixel 7 and the 7 Pro. In case maybe Google is actually going to add up some features, they should really bring that to us. And another thing I want to see on this device is an improved Tensor chip right here, which is going to make the device very great and also prevent the device from heating very easily. When you are playing games on this device for a shorter time, I think this device is actually going to heat. So I want to see the Tensor chip actually working very, very well. Tensor chip 2, which is going to come with a Google Pixel 7 and a 7 Pro. I want to see an improved gaming abilities and also prevent the phone from heating very, very much, and that is going to make the phone a very great phone. So these are some features I want to see Google introducing in their new flagship that is actually coming later this year. And in case maybe you have any suggestions or any thoughts on your mind you think maybe Google should actually listen, you can state in the comment section. And I like this video up so that it reaches a lot of people who are actually going to be interested. You can watch this video out here and then see some tips and tricks about Google Pixel 6 and 6 Pro in case you are planning to get one. And without further ado, I'm going to catch you in the next video. Peace.